Come follow me, Jesus said, and I will send you out to fish for people. How many know we can't effectively fish for people if we don't have love? But the problem with the church is, how many know if you have a tackle box full of different lures and different things like that, how many know you buy different lures for different types of fish? I know I have some trout lures in here that I've always caught some good trout on in the brooks. I know I have some other ones that I've caught decent bass on. I've caught good-sized bass with these maps. I've caught different types of fish I know that I've caught with certain things in my tackle box. And that's the problem with people in the church is we say, you know what? I want to catch this certain type of fish. And that's the problem with people in the church is we put certain bait on because, okay, we want to catch the people that have it all together. So you use a certain bait that you're going to attract people that have it all together. But the problem is too many people in the church are fishing with different lures to attract who they want to attract. Well, we got to attract this person over here. Let's put this lure on. This is a real nice lure right here. We'll put this one on. That person's got money. This is a real mentality of many people in the church. This person has this. And then we catch different ones and you're like, no, that's a junk fish. We don't want that. Why? Because the church doesn't want to get messy. The church thinks that we need to just have people in it and we're some social club, and we're not a social club. We are not called to be a social club for the saints. We're called to be a hospital for the sick because Jesus came for the sick, right? So the problem is we got too many in the church fishing with a pole with the bait they want to use because they want to catch who they want to catch. Okay? But the difference between us and Jesus is Jesus fishes with a net. Right? And when he dips down into the water, right? When he told the disciples to cast it on the other side of the water, does it say that every fish in the net was the same? No. But let me tell you what, the net was so full they had to call everybody else in the boats around to come help them with this net. Why am I saying this? Because if you truly love people, you're not just going to go out looking for a certain lure or a bait to attract who you think earns it or deserves it or has it all together. You need to be fishing with a net in this pool of life, in this water of life. And every time you put the net in, all different types of fish are coming. And God doesn't catch and release. God catches. He cleans them up. They become who God wants them to be. The church is missing out on catching who needs to be caught, because we're so focused on who we think should be caught. Use a net. Fish spiritually with a net. You're like, you know what? I'm just going fishing. We need to be fishers of men. Look, this person's jacked up. This person's messed up. Look, this person's struggling in this area. You know what? I'm going to get him in the net, and I'm going to get him in church, and I'm believing God's going to radically change them and transform them, and they won't live that way no more. But that will never happen unless you become a net fisher. But you know what? You can't do that without love.